Hi there, Steve McGee here, just giving you an update from my parliamentary office. We've been in Parliament this week and today being the last day. Clearly we're still under COVID restrictions, so there's been limited hours in Parliament, but the last 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we've done a whole range of debates. Me personally, I have submitted a constituency question to the Minister for Consumer Affairs, Gaming and Liquor Regulation, and that was to do with land developers, residential developers, using sunset clauses to, I suppose, abrogate their responsibility to the landowners that they've sold land off to, and cancelling contracts and trying to resell the land at a higher or current rate. We have an issue in our electorate at the moment that I'm dealing with a number of landowners, and it's an unfortunate situation. So I've asked a question of the Minister to have a look at how developers use clauses in land contracts and sale contracts to, I suppose, get around their responsibilities to the landowners, and it's quite disappointing. Also, we were to debate a few bits of legislation, but importantly the two that I wanted to debate and has been unable, but I've submitted debate speeches into Hansard. And the first one was the Forest Firefighters Presumptive Rights Compensation Bill 2021. And this goes to our forest firefighters that work for DWELP and Melbourne Water and a number of other agencies that were not covered under the presumptive rights that covered volunteer and professional firefighters in the CFA and FRV. So this is the same presumptive rights for these firefighters that are employed by Forest Management Victoria. So I spoke on that, and people can have a look at that on Hansard. The other bill that I wanted to speak to was the Firearms and Other Acts Amendment Bill. And this is a bill that changes a number of acts, but more importantly, it goes to the issue of the Firearms Act and I suppose tightening up firearms laws in regard to the storage of certain categories of guns. Now, look, I'm not a pro-gun person. In my history as an ambulance paramedic, I saw a number of incidents where people were seriously injured or even killed through the use of guns. And I'm not blaming the guns, I'm blaming the person that pulled the trigger or accidentally pulled the triggers. But I do support this legislation, and I have made a speech around it today. And when I say made a speech, tabled or submitted my speech into Hansard. So if people wanted to look at what I was saying, they can have a look at Hansard. And finally, I did ask a constituency question last month in September of the Minister for Roads and Road Safety, the Honourable Ben Carroll, who has responded to it this week. And it was about roads around the Melton electorate and also our public transport. And Ben has responded in regard to what's been happening in Melton in regard to roads, the additional services provided by our rail, but also has made reference to the Department of Transport conducting a Western Freeway corridor study, which is pleasing to hear. That study is looking at the Western Freeway from the M80 Ring Road to Ferris Road in Melton. So as that evolves, no doubt the Department of Transport, Vic Roads, will be in touch with me, and I'll keep you informed of any developments that come out of that. So it's been a big week. I'm pleased to say we're back again next week. We've made up time this week in regard to lost days previously. We're back next week for another 3 days with another 3 pieces of legislation to deal with next week. So thanks very much. We'll publish the response from Ben Carroll on our website so people can have a look at what the Honourable Ben Carroll has said. Thank you and take care.